Welcome back to another episode of FUD News Updates, cryptocurrency news, market trends, and data analysis. Here we're coming into what feels like a sea of red, a complete sea of red where, many, if not all of these top coins, we only have 4 of the top 100 coins even in the green. 3 of those barely in the green, only 3 coins in the top 100 in double-digit greens. And, we can just see that we've pulled back significantly. We're almost about to dip under this $500 billion mark. BTC dominance at a little under 35%, which is pretty normal. And our 24-hour volume is under $22 billion, which is absolutely starting to look meager. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what we can be doing during these red days to make sure that we get ahead of this market action, are in a good position for when the market turns green again. So sit tight, and we'll get to some really good strategies for these down days right after this. That's right, guys. Here we're checking out the top 100, and man, is it raining red. It is a red day today, and we're seeing a significant pullback here, almost about, from a $600 billion mark that we were almost at yesterday, and we're pulling back really significantly overnight, it feels like, to this number. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of the strategies that you can be doing during these red days, which is really, these are the days where it's a good opportunity for you to get involved with and take positions on different coins or different projects that you've been meaning to get into. Maybe you've been FOMOing over, and now you have a chance with this price action to get yourself a good position. And so we're going to look at a few of those that just jump out to me. There's not going to be a strict format to this video. I'm just going to show you how I go about looking for projects. Obviously, I have a deep familiarity with many of the projects in the space, so some of these names jump right out to me. And when I see them, I like to filter over here. On days like this, I like to filter by the change in 24-hour. And then I'll look over here after I find a match between a token I love, like Walton, for example, which I'm a huge supporter and buyer and believer in Walton. And then I see it's down here 20% on the day. So I'll click here into the week chart. And what I'm looking for is a little bit of understanding as to where what has been the story of the week, and where I can hope for this coin to maybe get back to. Obviously, all-time highs are great. We see that Walton's all-time high was actually, Walton had a nice peak. While most coins didn't have an all-time high after their sort of early January crash, Walton actually reached its all-time high after the crash, which is a reason why I did a video on it the other day. But as you can see, it's fallen back down fairly significantly from that all-time high of $45, and now it's down here at $30. I actually took a position in Walton at $29 a while ago, and if it falls any lower than this, I'm definitely going to get a little bit more. But if I didn't already have my position around here at $30, I would certainly be a buyer, and let me tell you why. Walton's got some amazing news coming out. I'm not going to do this isn't a video on Walton, but I know a lot about Walton, and I know that they're a phenomenal project. So when you see a phenomenal project like Walton sitting in such a deep red number, above 20% in the red, then it's worth looking at whether this is a good opportunity for a quick flip or for a long-term investment. So Walton is something I would certainly put on the list as a good coin to get involved in on a day like today. Now, as we're scrolling down, there's a bunch of good, obviously I did a video on Steam earlier this morning. I actually recorded that last night, and it took a nice dip since that video, making it an even better buy than it was during that video. So please take a look at Steam here, which is another amazing currency with tons and tons of accomplishments under its belt. And this looks like a really good opportunity to get involved. And Electronium, there's been a lot of FUD around it. I can't say that I know the truth about Electronium, but it had a lot of sizzle for a while, and it's really, really down from its highs. Saya Coin, I think, is a phenomenal project with a great mission. They are certainly down from their all-time high of over 10 cents. They're down at about 3 cents, so this is looking like a great time to get involved with Saya Coin. Lots of upside. I'm a Salt holder. I could see Salt blossoming again. Salt is a phenomenal lending project. And Cash is a cool coin. Xerox is a cool, or 0x. I call it Xerox because it looks like it should be called Ox. But Ox and KuCoin, you know, KuCoin was once over $20. You know, Ox was I think Ox's all-time high is, or Zero-X is, you know, had an all-time high of 250. Yep. And it's down here at about 150, or maybe it was even higher than that. Zero-X, an amazing decentralized exchange program or project. So there's a lot of good stuff here. You always want to look in the deep reds and always hop over. Don't just stay in the top 100, because the top 100 is great, but there's always, you know, more to be gained, if you will, more risk, more gains, usually from a growth standpoint if you move into the second or third page of CoinMarketCap. I like Poet. I think it's a cool project. I like all these decentralized content platforms. And, you know, we're just looking for Etherlend, again, very similar to Salt. I hold some Unicoin Gold. Capacity is a cool project. Telcoin I've been hearing a lot about. I need to do more research. But, you know, what jumps out to me is Trinity Network Credit. Here at 21% down. I mean, this coin, look at gas. What I like to say is when you look at what Trinity Network Credit is, it's looking like it's not gas 2.0, but it looks like it's going to function sort of similarly to gas, in that it's going to help power the Neo platform. So, you know, seeing it has grown from where I reported on around 20 cents up to 40 cents. It did a nice double up, and now it's back again to the low 20s. I could see it getting right back to this 40-cent mark and much, much higher, because Neo just keeps growing. And when these utility tokens on Neo that are actually helping power and scale Neo, like Gas and Trinity Network Credit, are released into the market, I see Gas making proportional gains to Neo. Wherever Neo is, you can see Gas at about half its value. We can actually look at that right now. You can see Neo is about 141, and Gas should be somewhere around the $70 mark, or it's around the $60 mark. It was yesterday, not even one day ago. It was over here at $70, literally, last night at 10 p.m. So not just 12 hours ago. It was at $70. And Neo was up at 160. So, you know, slightly under this 50%, more like 40% mark. But you see it's keeping very well proportioned to Neo. And that's what's so interesting about it. It's very well proportioned to Neo. And I could expect something very similar from Trinity Network Credit. And right now we don't know exactly what that percentage is, but we can see it start to evolve. And then when Neo starts to take price action, you can see that Trinity might do the same. So I would say keep an eye on Trinity. It looks like a great time to buy it. There's just a big peel back happening across the whole market. So really good sales going on across the whole market. Let's get back to our chart here. And again, we're looking for some deep red. You know, as you can see on the second page, there's only 4 coins, even in the green, between 1 and 200 ranking on CoinMarketCap, and they're not even in double-digit greens. This is a red day, y'all. This is a serious red day. And, you know, we have the opportunity here. There's fear, and there's fear in the streets, and that means that there's a lot to be gained. So here we're on the third page of CoinMarketCap, quite potentially my favorite page of CoinMarketCap, and that's because this is really the testing ground. This is where these projects can make it or break it, and if they do make it, you can expect the proverbial moonshots. You know, these projects can very easily, once they get hype, go from 250 up to the top 50 or top 20 projects. We've seen it happen many times. So obviously, we're looking for projects with utility, great projects that you already know about and love that are just at a discount here. So, you know, I know a little bit about Bloom. I'm not an investor. I've heard talk about Lambden, but I don't really like their whiteboard series. If you have more information on Lambden, tell me, because they're claiming some really big things, but I haven't been able to verify any of their claims. Gifto's cool. I think Gifto's an interesting project dealing with social media currencies. Yeah, BitConnect. There's your entry point for BitConnect right now. Blocktix is a great decentralized ticketing service. Very cool. Steam Dollars. You see Steam Dollars is here. And let's see here. Oyster Pearl. I love Oyster Pearl. Oyster Pearl is a really, really cool project allowing for websites to monetize in a completely new way. Sort of by, it's sort of like mining. You're offering up your servers to perform functions for other websites or other users across the world, and in return you're getting paid. That way you don't have to run ads on your website. You can have your website just pay for itself. You see Oyster Pearl is really down here at 88 cents from its once high here of $4, almost above $4. Yeah, Oyster Pearl, wow, does this coin have some room to grow. Talk about it coming back to its all-time high in early January, and wow, can it moon back up there. So there's a lot going on here. I would say that today you're looking at a sales fiesta here. This is the ultimate sale, the super sale here at JCPenney. I know about Kanye Coin. I am a little bit hesitant to believe in that new freelancing economies and these sort of big networks are going to be easy to set up. I'm a little bit resistant to network-based coins that require critical mass like Kanye Coin. But as you can see, there's just discounts all the way down the entire page. And I'm not going to be surprised to see it here on page 4 either. Yeah, here we're on page 4, between 300 and 400 rank on CoinMarketCap. We have only 3 coins out of the 100 in the green on a 24-hour chart. And so let's just flip this and see what's the biggest losers here. Snavio, I've heard some interesting things about Snavio. Luxcoin, I want to do a video on Luxcoin, been hearing some interesting things about it. But here's where, you know, if we can find some really good projects that took a big hit, this is where we can start looking at making some great movement with our investments. So it's all about looking for these diamonds in the rough here on the 3rd and 4th page of CoinMarketCap. I did a video on Bounty Ox the other day. It's an interesting project. I certainly would encourage you to check it out. And if you're interested in even getting some bounties yourself, go get some bounties. You can get paid in Bounty Ox without actually investing. Deep Onion, taking a little hit here. And let's just see if there's anything I would throw my personal money into. Ooh, Ethereum Blue here. You know, this had a big run, even though they had some great PR. They found some vulnerabilities in other softwares, and they started to prove themselves as a real securities sort of haven and authority on securities. And then they released their own wallet. I think it was a little underwhelming, sort of buy the rumor, sell the news. But Ethereum Blue has some interesting stuff, and it might be a good buy right now. It's only down 6% on the daily chart. But as you can see, this is a day for sales. The red means sale. Red doesn't mean stop. Red means go. In crypto, red means go. So whenever you see these big red numbers, especially when you see them here in the top coins, you know, these are not, you know, Walton Chain. Let's talk about this. Walton Chain is so far from a risky investment. I mean, they have just partnered with some of the biggest companies in the world to do RFID tracking, and they're making their own RFID chips. So Walton is, and by the way, they're 9 months ahead of schedule. They originally said they were going to drop their RFID chips in July of 2019, and now they're slated for Q3 of 2018, Q3. So they are doing an amazing job at not only breaking the mold here, but they're accelerating their delivery dates, and they're coming for the big crown of blockchain product RFID tracking, which is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So what do I think about Walton, or a day like this when you see Walton at 22% off? I mean, what do we think? Well, we saw Walton pull back here. We saw Walton at 34, and it pulled back here to 20%, to $20, right? That's a pretty significant pullback. And then what happened? 2 days later, we're at an all-time high. So I see Walton, it's pulling back. I see all-time highs coming soon for Walton. And so you want to look at these coins where I'm not just investing because it's red. I'm investing because I love Walton, and it's red. It's like, oh, I love these shoes, and they're on sale. You know, I'm not just investing because it's on sale. So that's one way that I would encourage you guys to start looking at the market on these red days. Hopefully you can get a little more excited for these red days. Maybe save some Ethereum, save some Bitcoin, stash it off to the side for these red days so that you'll have some more stable cryptos to invest when these red days come. That's sort of my strategy, is to take sort of your blue chips, your Ethereums and your Bitcoins, your coins that are going to hold their value for the most part. And then when you have these big pullbacks, you're able to throw those coins into these smaller coins that took bigger hits and really grow your portfolio. So once again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. We always encourage you here on FUD Studios to do your own research if you're investing, and never invest what you can't afford to lose. This is a speculative market with a lot of risk involved. But then again, I'm just trying to share with you the information as best as I found, as best as I understand it. And hopefully you can grow from this and we can all grow and prosper together. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like or please leave a comment down below this video so I know that you enjoyed the content, and YouTube can also learn that you enjoyed the content as well and share it with more viewers. Thanks so much. This has been Elio Trades, and I'll catch you on the next episode.